Sigewinne is a brand new Hydro 5-star coming to Genshin Impact for the second half of version 4.7, and I've gotta say, she looks confusing. Welcome to Jello Impact, where we build and test every single character to help you decide who you want to wish for and build. So, despite her looking kind of confusing, and I'll talk about her kit and what she seems to do, she does look very, very cute. I like her design a lot. In terms of just how it's designed, it's not like my preferred design. The short, baby characters aren't like my personal thing, but I really did like her in the story, and I like her animations, and her design is just overall really well put together and very, very cute. So if you're into cute characters, then I think it's kind of like first evolutions of Pokemon. I like them when they get all big and badass, and this is sort of like a baby evolution, and that's totally fine, and a lot of people really love those, and that's great. And I think her color palette is really cool. I don't think we have anything quite like this. Kind of reminds me of like Alcremie in Pokemon. She throws these pills, and that's super interesting. It doesn't look like this is her normal attack strength, so this is not applying any Hydro, and so you're not going to be using her normal attacks for sure. Her charge shot is like a normal Hydro charge shot. It does seem to have this level 2 charge where it shoots a bubble, but that doesn't seem to be something that you're going to be doing on a regular basis. So you're not going to be using bubble shot. It's really her elemental skill. That's the main thing that you're using. And it's this heart bubble that bounces between enemies and keeps them frozen in this really annoying way. But as you can see right here, like it's sort of like not really doing all that much. Like it's kind of hitting these enemies, but it's not like, it doesn't seem to have that big of an AoE. It doesn't seem to hit them for very long or for very wide. It doesn't like group them. If it would group them up, maybe that could be really cool. That would have some more use to it. It seems to have not that short of a cooldown, but yeah, it doesn't seem to hit multiple enemies at once very well. So even though it's like AoE-ish, it's a bit of a single target, and it definitely seems like she's mostly focused on healing. So she creates these source water droplets, which are the source water droplets that Neuvillette can absorb to power himself up. But Neuvillette doesn't really want a Hydro healer on his team, and that's what Sigewinne is a Hydro healer. And he already has Furina on the team. He wants Furina, especially if you have C1. And even if you don't have C1, he ideally does want Furina. But Sigewinne, like he doesn't need a healer, first of all, and second of all, if he does want a healer, he wants a non-Hydro healer to create some sort of reaction so that he can actually activate his passive, which is very relevant to his damage. So Neuvillette really doesn't have any use for Sigewinne, and the source water droplets are therefore just there for her to pick up. And she creates a bond of life, but it doesn't really do very much for her. She also she does restore energy from restoring that bond of life. So, I mean, that's good, I guess. I really do like the animations. I like the bubbles. It just doesn't seem. So what does she actually do, and what is she for? What are you trying to do with her? It seems to me like she's kind of like on fielder Kokomi. Like you're gonna use her skill and apply some Hydro and heal your team and drive Furina, and then you have her burst, which is this sort of mini Neuvillette thing, and this is gonna be doing damage to enemies. So she's a Hydro healer and damage dealer. They didn't show off any sustained off-field Hydro application, so she's not going to be replacing Kokomi in Nilou teams or Ayaka teams. I'll obviously test her on those teams and see how it goes, see if she can be used off-field, but for right now, it seems like she's basically Kokomi for on-fielder Furina teams, like an alternative to Neuvillette or Kokomi. So all I can say is that her numbers better be pretty good, because Kokomi does all right damage, but with most characters, it seems that when you build damage, you're losing healing, and the healers don't often have that high of scaling regardless. So I'm kind of just not sure what exactly she should be doing. And I think Kokomi is like a great character, a very solid character, but I don't think Kokomi is like an S tier amazing top meta unit. Like this team is very, very comfy and very good. Kokomi is definitely not the only character that can work in a team like this. Like you can do Raiden and then trade Kazuha for Jean or Shangyun, or do Hu Tao kind of stuff. And I guess for Sigewinne, like I can't really think of other teams that she'll work better than Kokomi on, because I think that this is basically Kokomi's best team, and Kokomi is very good here. She provides obviously lots of healing, and she's very comfy. In her burst, she has interruption resistance. She provides some energy. And yeah, this is overall just a very good team. And you can trade Yelan for Fischl if you want more AoE damage, for it to get some electrocharge swirls in there. So I'm guessing that Sigewinne, it feels like this. And all I can say is maybe she's meant to be played a bit more quick swappy. Like maybe, because we don't have a lot of characters that can work super quick swappy right now, that want to be on field for a short time doing a bunch of damage, and maybe they can do that a bunch. Maybe there'll be characters in Natlan that work better with her, because right now it seems like this is sort of the only team. Maybe somehow, like, her burst damage, she comes on, she does a quick burst of damage, and then she gets off. Maybe there's a way for her to integrate that with future characters from Natlan. But for right now, she's feeling like a downgrade for her Ayaka teams and for Nilou teams, because her Hydro application is not as good. And then maybe an upgrade, maybe a side grade for Kokomi teams. She must be an upgrade. Maybe the damage must be higher or something like that. And I guess the good thing is, as long as you have Furina and Kazuha, like, this last slot is very flexible, and this will be a very strong team. So if you're a Sigewinne fan, like, you definitely should get this character. Like, I don't think they're going to be bad. I don't think they're going to be awful. I'm just struggling to sort of see the vision as to exactly where she's supposed to go in the meta and what exactly she's supposed to do that's unique. Because why would you go for this character over Kokomi? All I can think of, maybe in this team, the damage must be higher. But I'll definitely be building her. I'm looking forward to testing her and trying her out. Maybe more field time will make Yai feel more worth it, like a more flexible rotation. Maybe you run Yai in the Yelan slot instead of Fischl. But Yai doesn't like do that much more damage than Fischl in this team. And other than that, like, being a Hydro character is obviously very good because you're part of the most broken element in the game. But it's also kind of rough because the competition is so high. Like, Xingqiu is so high, Neuvillette is so good, Furina is so good, Yelan is so good. Being a Hydro character, and there's so many 5-star Hydros, so being a Hydro character is kind of, yeah, it's just very steep competition. And being relegated to a strictly on-fielder, there's lots of good on-fielders in Genshin Impact. So I think we'll just have to wait and see to test her. Let me know if you think I missed something. Let me know if she actually if there's this secret use case that I'm sort of missing. I just feel like maybe we're missing a piece of the puzzle. And then maybe that puzzle, maybe I'm missing it. Maybe when I test her with everyone, I'll see it. It doesn't look like she provides enough Hydro to really, like, work in, like, a Hyper Bloom stuff. But I think that, like, if you want to get her, I think she will work in Hyper Bloom, right? She will work in Nilou Bloom. I just don't know how it'll compare to the other options. And that's what we'll have to wait and test for. So make sure you subscribe to see that. I'll be definitely testing her early and releasing that guide on day 1 because I have access to the media server. We'll be giving away a Chlorand on the day of the patch. So that's just in less than a week. So very excited for that. Subscribe. See you soon. Bye for now.